everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
We all know the talking sports heads on TV and on radio, but do we know the story about how they ended up in that spot? What about the behind-the-scenes production members? Maybe the up-and-comers or even those just trying to join the sports media world? Behind the Mic is specifically tailored to tell the stories of those very people, how they got to where they are today, and the advice they want to pass along to the future of the sports media industry. Do you have any advice for those young guns in the world of play-by-play?
Obviously, the big thing is you got to love sports to be able to get into this business. You have to love it. Seek opportunities. They are not going to just fall in your lap. And once you get those opportunities, make the most of it. Put a lot of effort into what you're going to do. Don't, for lack of a better term, don't half-ass anything. The people that are the powers that be in your life and in your broadcasting life, they're going to see that and you will be rewarded for that.
Behind the Mic, available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
Pressed the button.
Cool. Thanks, Sammy. And thank you to Nikki Doodles, who I'm having a milkshake from while reading this. Sorry if you hear any slurping. That's from me. You hear any panting? That's from Frankie.
If you hear the AC, it's too humid to not run it.
Any other old business?
No, but listen to us on Good Pods if you haven't already.
Sam really wants us to get back into the top 10 on Good Pods, so do that.
Yes, I would like to break the top 5.
And you can also comment on the stuff that we do on Good Pods slightly better than you can on Spotify or Apple. There's a little bit more engagement to be had at Good Pods.
Yes.
And who knows? Leave a comment, question, suggestion. We might do so. Once we get 10 questions or comments that we can, talk to, instead of just, hey, your show sucks. Hey, you guys are drunk and disorganized. Then we will do, another bonus episode Q&A more than just us talking about other things. Sound good?
I like that answer.
Sam had no idea we were even considering that until this moment. Now then. John Swindler. John Swindler was born in Houston, Texas on May 12, 1944. He was a cop killer and suspected serial killer. He was also convicted of the murders of 2 teenagers in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yep.
And another in Florida. He was charged but never convicted. Sounds less suspected serial killer and more... Or they just happened to die around him. We'll find out.
No, because because his actual crime that put him in jail was something that most people think is considered horrific. It's an automatic death sentence.
I have several. But let's see. Swindler shot and killed police officer Randy Basnet with one after. Swindler shot and killed police officer Randy Basnet on the afternoon of September 24th, 1976. Basnet has stopped at a service station at the Kelly Highway exit in Fort Smith, Arkansas, when Swindler pulled up in a stolen car with South Carolina plates. Basnet had been briefed to be on the lookout for Swindler, who was suspected in the double murders of teenagers in South Carolina. He was deemed armed and extremely dangerous. Basnet radioed dispatchers of Swindler's location. Backup was dispatched immediately. Before backup arrived, Basnet approached the car and asked for identification. Swindler's response was to pull a revolver out and shoot Basnet twice in the chest. Basnet returned fire before collapsing, wounding Swindler slightly. Swindler attempted to flee, but being unfamiliar with the area, ended up in a soybean field.
Yeah.
He was captured within minutes by officers who were responding to Basnet's call. Sadly, no firefights, though. Sam likes firefights. Swindler was arrested. He had several weapons and rounds of ammunition on him in his possession. On him and in his possession is how I was trying to say that. Basnet died in the ambulance on the way to Sparks Medical Center. A 1983 state law made lethal injection the only method of execution in Arkansas. If you were sentenced to death before the legislation, you were allowed to choose between lethal injection or the electric chair.
That's Sparky.
That's nice of him. When Charles Singleton chose lethal injection, leaving Swindler the distinction of being the last in Arkansas to be killed by the electric chair on June 18, 1990.
Yep.
Huh.
Ta-da! That's actually how it ends.
Yeah, the big ta-da. Special thank you to Carla for dictating that one.
Yep.
What the hell do you want me to say?
I don't know. Do you think the death penalty for cop killers is acceptable?
I think... Yes, because it's murder. Period.
So you agree with me that all murder...
I think the distinction... It should not be a distinction of someone being killed in the line of duty...
Right.
And someone who wasn't. Now, do I feel that, like, you know, if the police department wants to do some special beating up of some bitch after, you know, shooting one of their, you know, co-workers, okay. Well, it's not okay. Police violence is bad. However, I understand it on that level. That is, I'm not agreeing with it. I'm saying I understand it. But I think, you know, cop killing should be, you know, automatic lethal injection. I also think that murder should be. If your state, you know, if the majority, because that's another thing that a lot of people gets lost in the weeds. Because they want to hear an individual go, you know, well, do you believe in the death penalty? I believe if your state votes and unanimous, or, you know, not unanimously, but a decent enough majority. You can't just be like, 51%, we won.
2/3 majority?
2/3 majority.
Like Congress?
Kind of.
I'm sorry, the House?
I don't fucking care. I think they all should be... I'm not saying that on air.
No, don't say that on air because I agree with you. And we can't put that on air. The NSA already watches us.
I feel, but that's where my thing is that when it comes to the death penalty, I said this a few episodes back. I believe all life matters.
Yep.
Not all lives.
Right.
Because there are assholes who there is no rehabilitation.
Right.
However, there's also people who need rehabilitation even if they've done something truly horrible.
Okay, so rehabilitation, we agree that Carla Faye
Tucker.
Yes.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
She was rehabilitated and should not have had the death penalty.
We do
agree.
Yeah.
Okay. However, Ed McKemper has...
At least so far as we know.
Yes. Based on the facts that...
that are public information and everything like that. I do also really want to point that out is that, while sometimes we can, you know, we have an opinion, that opinion is formed based off of what, like my opinion is based off of what Sam knows. However, Sam's opinion is based off the fucking 2/3 that she leaves out of a damn script. Lizzie Borden. Oh yeah, remember that? No, you didn't put that in the script.
I put Lizzie Borden in the script.
Yes, it was a script about Lizzie Borden. But you know what I mean is like...
I do know what you mean. So,
the discussion of that had equal to, if not more information than your summary of the case.
It's still our number one listening episode so far this month.
It's Lizzie Borden. She's fairly popular.
Yeah. So back to the
Anyways,
murdering. So Edmund Kemper killed, I think, 9 co-eds. I don't remember how many, but Edmund Kemper killed.
See, he should have gotten instant death penalty.
Instant death penalty, and it was 6 people that they were able to prove.
But it's sort of like that, where it's like...
No, his...
And of course, it is a matter of, there has to be beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right. He confessed. They had enough evidence to put him away beyond his confession. I believe that his happy ass should be on, in death row, sitting there in San Quentin.
I am not even on death row. I personally think another one of our major issues is that we'll take, and I know, appeals processes and everything like that.
Yes.
Fine. Okay.
But you're allowed an X number amount of appeals. And usually it goes the circuit, the state circuit, the state Supreme Court, the federal circuit, the appellate circuit, and then I think it goes to the Supreme Court of the U.S.
But there's the point is like, we've had people who have been executed that were on death row for 15 years. I'm just using that as it's probably a hyperbole.
No, because Carla Faye was on death row for almost 20.
But that's exactly it. Is like, at that stage, 20 years on death row is stupid to me.
I agree.
Okay, and that's where it turns into, because I'm gonna say something that's gonna fucking change everyone's goddamn worldview. I am pro-capitalism.
No! Why are you breaking my Soviet heart?
I'm sorry, comrade. All of that is to say that I also think that our for-profit fucking prison systems is shit.
You're not wrong at all.
Okay, and again, it sounds heartless, but 20 years on death row.
I don't.
Here's
the thing. I don't believe that we should have life in prison. I believe it should be death or rehabilitation. Now, serial rapists, bullet to the head.
Fair.
Child molesters, bullet to the head.
Fair.
Murderers, bullet to the head. I really like the bullet to the head method.
Well, it's actually fairly cheap. Unless you're buying your bullets in New York.
Yeah, those are expensive.
We're already at 50 minutes. I'm done. I'm going to summarize all of this. Swindler deserved death. The end. Do I think that cop killers should get a preferential treatment when it comes to death? Like
automatic?
Yes, insofar as I think that anyone who shows a lack of care for other people's lives. Okay. Do I think that people who commit murder in the heat of the moment deserve automatic death sentence? No. Because a crime of passion, or even a crime of opportunity, those two things are, while internally motivated, they also still have external things.
Right.
Versus someone who has a kill bag in the back of their car with duct tape, all the fun Kemper stuff. Okay? If they are their sole goal at that stage in their life is to kill people, then I do believe that there can't really be a way to fix them at that stage.
No.
Because by the time your mind is so broken that it is okay to kill people, then all you are a burden to society.
Yeah.
People who steal. There are billions of ways to fix.
To rehabilitate.
Because people will steal because they, have a need to want more. That's not a death sentence thing. I know it. That is where I'm stopping this, because now we're at 18 minutes.
Sign off then, bro.
I'm AJ Carey.
And I'm Sam Rossi.
Later, y'all.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the Wheel of Randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.